I, 29M, accidentally caught my younger brother, 24M, with my wife's married sister, 26F, in my parents' house, and I didn't know how to tell my wife. I never thought a simple errand would lead me into the most awkward situation of my life. Yesterday evening, I drove to my parents' house in Pune to drop off some boxes of tiles my dad had asked for. My parents are on a short anniversary trip to Goa, so the house was empty. Because of a birthday party happening at a neighbor's house, the entire street was full of cars. I had to park a little far away and walk to the house. I used the side door like I always do. The moment I stepped inside, I froze. I could hear very obvious sounds coming from upstairs. Two people, being very intimate. At first, I almost died from embarrassment thinking it might somehow be my parents who had come back early. But then I glanced through the garage window and saw my younger brother's car parked there. My brother doesn't even live with my parents. I immediately thought, okay, he probably brought a girl here for privacy. Honestly, I didn't want to ruin the moment or embarrass him, so I quietly left. But things got weird when I walked back to my car. Right in front of it was my sister-in-law's car. My wife's younger sister, and the thing is, she's married and has 2 kids. My mind started racing. Maybe she was at the neighbor's party. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe I was overthinking everything. I didn't tell my wife that night because I had absolutely no proof. Just 2 parked cars and some suspicious timing. The next day, though, something unexpected happened. My wife called me sounding upset. She said her sister had just told her she was getting a divorce. Apparently her husband had been cheating on her for 6 months with their child's preschool teacher. That explained a lot. Later that day I went to talk to my brother. At first he was nervous seeing me show up randomly. When I mentioned hearing noises at our parents' house, he turned bright red and started apologizing immediately. Then I asked him directly about the car outside. He sighed and finally told me everything. For months, my sister-in-law had known about her husband's affair but didn't know who to talk to. She randomly ran into my brother at a petrol pump one day and broke down crying. They started meeting occasionally for tea just so she could talk. My brother, who deals with depression himself, recommended therapists and tried helping her through everything. But after she finally confronted her husband and he moved out, things changed. During one of their coffee meetups she started talking about how lonely she felt, how her marriage had been dead for years, and how she didn't even remember the last time someone cared about her. My brother admitted he took the hint. They went to my parents' house to grab his guitar and things escalated. And that's exactly when I accidentally walked in on the situation. When I finally told my wife the full story, she stared at me silently for a few seconds, then started laughing. Not because the situation was funny, but because the tension had completely flipped. Her sister wasn't cheating. Instead, she had finally left a cheating husband and accidentally started something new with my brother. Now my wife jokes that if they end up together someday, our kids might actually have double cousins. And honestly, after that awkward discovery, I'm just glad the story didn't end in a family disaster.